everyone. I've made a bunch of chef's knives, and they're a little bit more difficult because they're really, really thin. And for me, the delicate grinding, it requires a little bit more patience and attention. So I made this holder. Once again, it's a block of micarta, and this is milled at 1.5 degrees as a slope, like that. So I can make just a very, very shallow cut on the flat grinder, not the wheel, the flat grinder, the platen grinder. I hold it on with a clamp, and I've got a plate of titanium on the bottom just to give it a little bit more width, a little bit more stability when I'm working on the tool rest. So that's how I did my chef's knives, with a very thin blade, very thin material. On the folders, several people have asked about this little device. And quite frankly, I'm not the greatest blade grinder in the world. I don't have the patience, and I decided to come up with some sort of a holder, a fixture that would help me maintain an angle and at the same time be able to repeat the grind from one blade to another blade. So I came up with this design. Basically, it's a hinged unit with a nice wide plate. It's made of brass because I really like the weight. It doesn't vibrate, it doesn't shake, and you want enough weight to be able to resist any kind of bouncing that you might get from the belt. This wheel adjusts the blade up and down, up and down, and that determines where this grind line will fall on the side of the knife and where the grind line will come at the edge of the knife. The blade is held on by a clamp. I have a lot of pony clamps, and you'll see several of them here. I modify them depending on the job that I'm doing. This has a pin which matches the pivot hole, and the smaller part of the pin sets into the guide holes in the fixture. And I have 3 on one side, 3 on the other, exactly the same distance from the center line of the fixture. Now that's important because, let's say I'm using the middle hole, lock that in to hold it. Then when I want to grind the other side, I'll turn the blade over and clamp it in the same corresponding hole on the opposite side. This screw in the middle is used to adjust the blade up and down. What I want to do is have my grind line perfectly parallel with the bottom of the holder.